Hope everyone had a good Easter. For some of my subscribers, as few as they are, means so much, really does. There was a Facebook group chat that we were on, and I brought up my friend Michelle because I do feel her spirit with me, and I don't think it's disrespectful to say. As much as I hurt for her loss, this is how we forgive, because we know that death is an illusion. Death is just a transference, and we go on to the next. So Michelle knew me very well back in the days before certain resentments, misperceptions, manipulations got in the way and took away our friendship. I'm not going to blame her. Definitely not going to blame her. I'm not going to blame her at all for my stepmother and my father. You know, I think my stepmother doesn't really know who she's married to, obviously, because even Michelle did tell me that. So, putting all misperceptions aside, I think it's important that I go ahead and give a real perception. I'm in kind of a teenage personality. That's where I am with this one. And again, it's hypnosis. And it's real. So real. Here we go.
So examples, right? I'll need examples of lateral manner. I'll need examples of it all. And that's why it would be such a big book. Definitely a lengthy report. Which is, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, the kitty cat, you know, Mom's like, no, I don't want a cat, Rob. I don't want a cat, Rob. It wasn't that she didn't like cats or was allergic to them. I mean, she just preferred birds. She didn't want an animal that she was going to have to take care of all the time when the kids are smaller. And that's what happened with Butterscotch. But you went ahead and got a kitty cat. Even though she said, no, I don't want any cats. I don't want any cats. And it wasn't just the fact that she ended up taking care of it. It's what it reminded her of. So whenever it reminded her, the way, you know, we pet kitty cats, and her eyes would start tearing up. It wasn't because she was allergic. It's because she was hiding her pain from knowing the way pedophiles pet. And, you know, she just went along with it. She went along with it for the sake of the family. She went along with it, and it helped her become callous, because every time she'd watch a cat being pet, she was reminded. And eventually her eyes stopped tearing up. That is an exact example of your lateral manner. Well, Bet just wanted it so much. Bet just wanted a kitty cat so much. Just mean. I mean, that's just mean to do to our mom. So mean. So, another example. The prayer room. God. You know, gold, oil, drugs. For some people. Other people, it's in God we trust on the American dollar, which is an actual trust fund for all of us. You know, as slaves that we are, footprints in the sand going all the way to the Vatican. Anyways, so beyond that, you know, my witty little smirky attitude is the way I'm coping right now with the way that you did your lateral damage, your lateral manner of just doing a little uppercut, too, you know? Yeah, in the center of the house, we gotta have a prayer room. How much time did you really spend in there praying before it turned into an office, quote, with your computer, with all your porn? And when it had too much storage in it, you were jacking off in the living room chair in front of the TV, you know, when there's still, like, kids in the house. You know, I wasn't really a kid then, you know, I was a young adult. And then you felt, you know, man enough and arrogant enough to come stand in front of my bedroom door frame, from a bedroom door frame entrance, in your white underwear and t-shirt, and tell me that you're a man, and that's what men do, and I shouldn't be that offended. Okay. Anyway, because, you're just out in the open, with your little towel sitting on your lap, and, because Mom was out of town that weekend. Anyways, your lateral manner, other than also doing that, does that remind you of anything? The horrible act taken. So there's my little reminder to you again about how you've been uncovered. So I'm a little bit more smirky right now because that prayer room is the way you did a lateral jab at Mom again. How God's got to be the center. Just a little manipulation of religions to rebind, to grab hold of. And you want to have that centerpiece right there. That, oh yeah, you're trying to be a good Christian and redeem yourself, right? But how much time did you really spend in there praying? Because Mom really wanted a bigger bathroom or a bigger closet. Now just give her that little jab. Even though it was her mom, our grandmother, that paid for the dues for the club, probably the down payment on that house, put the boys in private school at BC, put me through modeling school, got me, the second car I got after, it's like, you'd already done that little, like, here's the car, now I'm gonna take it back. I was a freshman in college. You wanted to make sure I just, barely hanging on, not being cool enough, couldn't have my own car, because, I was a little rebellious after that summer you and Mom read my diary, So a little lateral damage there, right there. Just, nope, can't have your bathroom, nope, can't have your closet. And then she had to deal with that for the rest of the year after year after year after year after year. No, and you never freaking prayed in there. Do you see how your sick jokes aren't funny in the first freaking place? So, yeah, I think that's about 6 minutes right there.
Yeah. So there was some hypnosis, and as you can tell, that was the teenage woman coming out. I was a teenage woman in my recollection of those teenage years that were stolen from me in bulimia and alcoholism. Sure was. Thank you for my friends reaching out, the ones I've known and the ones that aren't offended and the ones that really do care, from the heart. From the heart, the mind, spirit, and body, knowing all realities of our unreality. If this is a rehearsal for something greater, well, then that's why I'm still here, to tell the story. And I really do want everyone to be at peace. I do. And I want the families of the victims to have their closure. If I got my closure and I can walk away just in the knowledge, what about the ones that are still hurting, like really hurting? That are still missing those people that my father thinks didn't deserve to be on this earth or might procreate too much. And he took it upon himself to take them out, and took it upon himself to say, maybe they don't have anybody that's going to miss them. Well, obviously somebody's missing some more people when you got as many unsolved murder cases and missing persons out there. Fingerprint them. Testimonies are factual. I never took back my statements. I said, no, I won't do that. And he dropped the court case against me once we requested a copy of my mom's will. As a firstborn heir, I still haven't seen, still can't find it. Tell me that's not fraud. What is he hiding? I know what he is hiding. A ledger and his fingerprints. And who's got his special leather knife-making sheaths.